up, y'all? It is your host, Rennie, and you're listening to another episode of the Call Me Crazy podcast. Oh my god, we're live.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did you turn your ringer off?
I don't think I ever have it on, so we're good.
I love that for you, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Even with my group messages.
Yeah. Oh no, the
Muted.
group messages, they give me so much anxiety.
Yep,
honestly,
muted.
I'm currently in one single
Same, and we're in the same one.
And it gives me, like, honestly, like, the premise of it is so admirable, and the resources it gives is so amazing, but, like, I don't even have time to answer, like, my clients, so.
Yep. I'm with you.
Pretty much sums it up. Well, hey, there was no intro there. Hi, guys. What is up? It is your girl, Rennie. I have not recorded a video like this in quite... Let's actually see. Oh, wow.
How old were you?
It was a full year ago.
Oh.
So this was recent. It was a full year ago. But before that, I was uploading videos that were, like, originally filmed the year prior.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was, like, editing through
Content.
2-year footage a year ago.
Damn.
And then I was just like,
It's too much.
It's too much. It's an avalanche falling on top of me. Like,
yeah, no,
vlogs on vlogs on vlogs. So I just abandoned the whole thing. I abandoned the podcast. I abandoned everyone.
You have to make it bite-sized.
Yeah, so we're back. We're live and in action, and I wouldn't want to get back to it with anyone else.
Woo! I'm so excited. I've never done anything like this. No YouTube videos, no podcasts. So here we go.
Wow, I'm popping the cherry today, baby. I'm so honored, honestly. Wow.
Yeah, here we go. My first time.
Well, welcome.
I feel like a noob.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got, like, such a presentation voice, and I need that. I don't have it, so we're just giving it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get used to it, and then also, like, just with with castings, with anything that I did as a child, it was always project your voice, like,
True.
reach the end of this room,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've always kind of been aware of that, but we are back, and this is the Call Me Crazy podcast. We are live and official, okay? I've said live now 5 times, it's fine. And we're not actually live, right? We're not actually live.
That's the best part.
It's great. So Call Me Crazy podcast. It's something that I started back in 2020, and I dabbled with it here and there on the tubes. I recorded a solo podcast, and I did a lot of interviews, but there was no real structure to it. Like, It was just like, cool people in my life. Great, they're cool, but, like, what's the relevance? Why are we interviewing them? Is there
Why
a
do
theme?
people want to keep coming back?
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there was no rhyme or reason. I thought because it was called Call Me Crazy, I could just do whatever I wanted. But it was, even to me, not really consumable. So when I came back to it just a couple weeks ago, it was a very sudden decision. I was like, I'm gonna be more structured. And so right now with the relaunch, we're currently doing Instagram lives. So there's 2 Instagram lives. One has already gone up. One will be going up this coming Friday. Today is May 9th. This will be the one following that one. And
it's Fridays. They will be
Fridays.
Consistently on Fridays that they release.
Consistently on Fridays, yeah.
So what's the theme?
So the theme of this series is the funk of photography. So it's actually interesting because the first person I interviewed is in the film industry, but
it counts.
It counts. Like, we're sisters.
Yes,
like,
it counts.
We're, so you're my first photographer.
Woo!
I'm excited.
And I'm probably going to be the, like, newest.
The newest? You are the only female photographer in this series.
True.
Besides myself.
True.
Yeah.
First female and newest, because I just started in November.
Yeah. So let's get into it. I mean, when did you first start dabbling? Like, even just, when did you pick up a camera?
Ooh, long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. And I actually think I still have my first camera in the drawer, right?
What was your first camera?
It was like a blue digital.
Coolpix?
I don't even remember what it was called, if I'm being completely honest.
But it was point and shoot.
It was a point and shoot digital camera, like those little square boxes.
Yeah.
Just as big as like an iPad.
Nano, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The thing was tiny. And I brought it everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, with the marking of the date.
Always.
Yeah.
But you had to print your photos. Yeah. So I had like scrapbooks and stuff that I would make. My mom was into scrapbooking, so I'd take some of that on. But no, I was always, I honestly can't remember. I was always the friend that everyone just asked to take photos of them, like when we're out or
What was your first DSLR?
It was a Canon Rebel.
Weren't all of our first the Canon Rebel?
I mean, who didn't have a Canon Rebel to start? And the next camera I had was for travel blogging. So wasn't I still?
What was your travel blog name? Oh wait, no, I know it.
No, you don't.
Oh, it's not Lady in Red?
I had one before that.
Yeah, I want to know your like poppin' one. What was the poppin' one?
Living with Jess.
Wow, so basic. I know. It's like not cringy. It's just like basic.
It was so early on in the game that I could have that hammer too. Like no one else tried it. Like I had Living with Jess.
I love it.
Yeah, I did. That was it. Because
I didn't, you know what? I mean, like from a consumer standpoint, Living with Jess.
I get that all the time, actually, especially with old people. So I'll take it.
Living with Jess makes me think like it's like at home DIY. Like nothing,
which would fit me too,
right?
But
nothing to do with traveling. I'm like, I'm living with Jess. Like, what's her morning routine?
Yeah, nope, doesn't make any sense. And it actually started because of Brizzy. Shout out.
Okay.
If you ever listen, Brizzy, this is all because of you. No, I was working at I won't even give the company a name. Yep. But it was a recruiting agency. Okay. It was my first job out of college. And I kept like, I was always that person who would like have a weird shaped pencil sharpener or like, you know what I'm saying? Just like the trinket, like weird trinkets. And I always like prided myself in having things that were different. Mm-hmm. And
she's the different
exactly
girl.
Like things that like, where'd you get that? Like where is that from? It's not from the places that everyone else shops.
Right.
And I got off on that. Like I really loved that people love that, and I just was told by enough people to start a blog because I'm influential enough, and I'm like,
what
okay,
age?
fine, let's do it.
What age is this?
I was 21, 22.
Is that freshly out of college?
Freshly.
Okay.
Like fresh. Have no clue what my trajectory in life is.
Okay.
I've fallen into
Are you going for
this.
Internships? Like what are you...
No, I've got the job.
Okay, yeah, right. You've got
But I hate it.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm like not fulfilled. I need a creative outlet. This is not enough for me. I don't know
and how much of your time is it taking?
You're there at 7 a.m. and you have to go and you're not coming home until 10 p.m. because you are wining and dining your clients until the end of the night after your 7 to 5 work day.
What are you recruiting?
You are recruiting people for jobs. So
like
your clients are big companies. And you try and fill their positions for them because they have...
Is that technically what a headhunter is?
A headhunter looks for only big positions, so CEO, COO,
okay, so
more high-level positions.
Okay, so you're getting hired by the companies, whereas like...
Right. It's almost like outsourcing
getting hired from the person.
Big companies are outsourcing their HR, and specifically they're hiring division.
Gotcha.
A lot of people outsource that to recruiting companies. It's become a thing. And then you get a percentage of whatever the salary is of the person that you place in that position. Mm-hmm. But it becomes a little bit morally questionable, which is why I had a hard time kind of swindling the people. I was giving jobs, which you would think would be fulfilling, but like I'm stealing a part of that. Right. So it's like they could be making more if they found that position on their own, but because I recruited them, I get commission, which makes sense.
It's like paying for convenience.
Yeah, but I still know what the salary that they're looking for is. I know their home life situation because they've told me everything, and now I have to tell them.
Not the job for you.
Well, no, then I have to negotiate less money for them and more money for me, which is not the job for me, as you know.
Yeah, not the job for you.
Not the job for me. I hated it there.
So how did you travel with that schedule?
So I quit after 6 months of being there. And I was like, nope, this is not what I want to do. Oh my God, what did I do after that? Where did I go?
I don't know. 21-year-old Jess.
I went to a marketing agency.
Oh, nice.
Where I ended up being a project manager.
Was that the one that you got your lights from? No, not that.
No, that was when so the advertising agency spun off into me wanting to do like marketing on my own without the agency. Right. Because I hated agency politics. Any corporate politics, I just like, I don't have time for that bullshit. Yeah. I feel like I waste my time half the day claiming that I'm doing work that I'm not actually doing just because like the way that corporate, I'm sure that so many people listening could understand this, but it's like your performance is being based on metrics and not like your actual output, which I entirely disagree with, and I just could never get behind that. Yeah. And I wanted to actually do something where I knew the work that I was doing was, I've always been more interested in the creative part than the business aspect of it anyway. So once I got sick of office politics for like the second freaking time, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I deserve to be on the creative side instead of the business side. I'm not the business person. And here I am being an entrepreneur where you have to be absolutely both, but it's fine. I know. So I thought I wanted to do web design and then landed on graphic design where I ended up for 2 years. 2.5, I can't remember. Something like that. And then the whole time I had the blog, I had photography, so I did weekend trips. I would try and find local places that I loved. Like I was always looking for opportunities in any of my downtime to take pictures of myself. So it was like this thing that was giving me creativity and life in all of these other areas. And I was starting to monetize it a little bit, and I was like, okay.
What was that like at the time? What year is this that you're monetizing blogging?
That had to be around 22 years old. Around 22, 23 years old. So is that like, what year is that? 2017, 2018. Yeah. And that's when like pods on Instagram was really big. So like I was in a bunch of travel pods. I don't know if you I'm sure you know.
No, you told me about them. I actually didn't know because I was a consumer of the content, but I wasn't in the content. So I feel those kind of terms are kind of terms for people who are like in it.
Okay, so a pod, for those who are listening that don't know what a pod is, you'd have to be invited to a group chat essentially in Instagram DMs. So you're in the DMs in a group chat, and there are rules. And the rules are, and I mean, I'm making them up, but they're loosely something like this for any given pod that you're in. Okay. Like or share every post that you post in there. So everyone in the group has to go like and comment. Okay. Like, comment, save, whatever. You all have to be following each other.
I hate that.
Yeah, so it's like you all have to be following each other, and you all have to support each other's work when you share it. And like there are rules to it. It like wasn't unreasonable. It was like the last 3 people that posted. So like if you have like 50 people in a group, which did not happen. It was mostly like 20 or something to a group, maybe like less, like 12 or so. I don't even know. I don't even remember. But it's funny because I'm still following like the core women that I was in like a pod with, like from the very start, and all of us are doing different things with the exception of like 2 of them who are like still out in the world somewhere.
I love that.
Yeah, so to those 2 women, go girls. I know they have not stopped.
Well, what are the stories of the other ones?
So one of them is currently in Indonesia. Actually, she's in Australia right now. She was a nurse And I remember when she got fired from her job because she had smoked weed or done something. She'd gone to a festival and, like, they drug tested her randomly and she got fired from her job, like, out of nowhere. And she had just started monetizing herself. And I remember being one of the people consoling her in this moment in time, and now she's fully blown up.
Wow.
She's making like $50K a month, like coaching women on like how to insane. And she's doing so well. She's out in Australia, but she lives in Bali now. Oh. Yeah, nuts. And the other one is also a nurse who's still traveling, and
is she a travel nurse?
She, like, because you know how nurses have, like, the ability to, like
travel nurse?
Yeah, she's not a travel nurse, but she just has flexible hours. Like, she's, like, a part-time nurse, essentially, and then makes, I would assume, the rest of her money doing
blogging.
Yeah.
Blogging.
And all the rest.
So, question. When you were taking photos, did you have, like, a physical blog connected to it at the time? Were you writing?
Yes,
I was. What was your format? Was it like, here's the place, here's what I'm doing, here are the dates I was there?
So I was not as organized as you are now with how, like, you have a plan, right? And you're executing based on this schedule that you're creating for yourself. So I was crazy too and was not digestible, which is why it wasn't succeeding.
Yeah.
I was too excited about the idea of blogging, knowing the potential of it, almost like scrambled my brain, and it's easy for me to sit in front of someone and help them organize their thoughts, but like when I sit with my own, I feel like I cannot communicate as clearly as I think I am. Right. Does that make sense? No, so I'm not okay. I love writing, but I don't think I'm a phenomenal writer.
I do think you write well.
I think I write all right. But I'll take that from you. I'll take it.
No, I love reading your captions when they're long.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe I'll do more of it. Because then people like...
But then also, like, if you do more of it, like, you get better. Like,
true. Well, that's it. It's funny because when I sit down, I just started my blog again, as you know.
The raw files. So you can say it for the people who didn't understand what the fuck that was.
It is called The Raw Files, and I have been drafting my, like, real first post for, like, 3 weeks now.
Is the website live?
Oh, yeah. It's full. The blog is the blog is live, The Raw Files.
Okay, .com.
It is jessicakellyphotography.com, and the blog is on there. It's associated with my whole thing. Yeah, so I did my first blog post, but it's just about what the blog will be about. Right, which was easy to write.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And now I've got this beautiful love story that I cannot wait to write about, and I just can't find the goddamn words.
Well, listen, maybe it's you
I need to talk it out loud first, maybe.
Talk it out loud, or maybe it's you writing about something else before you write about that.
Maybe that's it, too.
When I talked to Devin about when we started the blog for DMarcs Design, we were like, we've done so much cool shit in the last year that, like, we haven't even, like, talked about, like, people are gonna miss from just a post. So, like, let's go back chronologically in this year and see, like, all the things we did. And it was like, okay, this is a Devin blog, this is a Rennie blog, like, and we went that way. So maybe it's not going from the beginning for you, maybe it's like working a little bit backwards. It's like, what's the shoot before this love story? Let me write about that one. What was the shoot
why? Because I knew I wanted to do this blog before I even walked into this shoot. And this couple's story just happened to spark even more, like, want or need to do this, and I was like, okay, and maybe that's what I talk about. You're right.
Yeah. Maybe it's just, like, going back.
But yeah, sometimes
they'll, like, warm you up.
Sometimes I get so stuck on the idea itself that I, like, the path to get there feels so fuzzy.
So crazy.
Yeah, it's like what?
Babe, it's sitting down.
It's literally, like, so
crazy.
easy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So that's that one. I forget what was the question that I was answering?
The original question was, when did you start dabbling into photography? Which is, I think we still
answered that.
We stayed pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is, when did it become a job or career? And also, what are those two? Let's just start off with, like, what does that mean to you? What is a job? What is a career?
Ooh, great question. So I've had jobs. This is the first time I feel like I'm building a career.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Because
you felt like graphic design was a job?
I think that really that was super instrumental in helping me get here.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Yeah, 100%. Because that was the first time I was admitting to myself that I was a creative person. And that I needed to be creative in my career, no matter what that was.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, okay, but I keep trying to find a way to sneak photography into my job.
Yeah.
Like, why do I keep doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Because for those who don't know, I was sneaking stop motion photography into my graphic design. I was like, guys, this is in Photoshop, so it's graphic design. But even though I have a whole camera set up, a flat lay, and I'm, you know what I mean? It's photography. It's more photography than I would say graphic design, and I just kept finagling it in there and trying to combine the two. And now I find that my graphic design background just set me up for creating a career in photography.
100%.
So I got my entrepreneurial thing out of me. I figured that out sort of with the graphic design, and I figured I learned a lot of entrepreneurial things in that way. And then I was able, I think I would have hated it if I had gone straight to photography and learned those things and messed it up. I would have broken my own heart, because photography is the thing I love the most. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like the timing, I wouldn't have changed it for the world.
Yeah. So
even though I think about it all the time, and I wish I didn't go to college, and I wish I just did this.
I know, but you do say, like, you had a lot of good experiences. You met a
social,
lot of great people.
Yeah, politically, so many good.
It was worth it for other reasons.
So many other, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
So when did it become your career?
November. Was it November? What was the date of Nicole Sierra's networking event? Yes. That was my first hired. Actually, rewind. I did get asked in the year of 2020. So 2 years before actually doing this, I got paid for the first time to do photography only for a pregnancy announcement.
Ooh, was that like
friend?
Okay.
Friend who did not know I wasn't doing this for my job, thought that I was, asked me, I faked it, said sure, $200 or something like that, brought her out to a field, brought confetti, a haystack.
Oh my god.
So many random things. And I was like, let's do it. And I felt like such an imposter, but I was like, because she asked me to do it, I wasn't going to say no. I was so flattered. But it definitely, like, I had no packages set up, like no business set up, like I had no system, no nothing. I had no idea what I was doing. But I did it. She trusted me to do it. She paid me for it. And I was like...
Did you like it?
I had so much fun. But, like, I was scared after that moment, I think. How much I liked it. I thought that too many people were doing it. So, like, they didn't need another me. Like, is my style that much different from everyone else's? Like, how many photographers does one need? But I loved it so much. I just keep going back.
How did she react to the photos?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well.
The first time was positive.
It was very positive. I think that's why I was like...
It, like, reinvigorated.
Yeah, like, I had butterflies. It was like that thing that, like, I was flirting with photography. I've had a flirtation with photography my whole life. And...
That's so romantic.
Yeah, it is. It feels romantic.
So what's your favorite part about being a photographer?
It's not even the other person's reaction. I would say it's mine to my own work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm my biggest hype man.
Post editing?
Pre.
Yeah.
When you see your photos pre-edit and you're thrilled with them already.
Yeah.
There's nothing that compares.
I made a TikTok like that.
You know what I'm talking about.
I was like, when you import the raw files to the iPad.
Yes.
What I fucking do, man. It's what I do. You got one more shot. It's what I do. It's what I do. I do.
And it's just like,
that's what I do. That's what I do.
That feeling is so good. Like, and it's like, I haven't even edited these yet, and I already know. Yeah. It's like I don't need anyone's validation at that point, because guess what? I already know they're good. I don't need anyone else to tell. And if you don't like it, it's not your style, and I know that they're good. You know? Period. I think that's that. Yeah. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, especially...
It doesn't hurt when someone loves them, too.
Exactly.
Of course. I think you feel it when that's also someone's vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more... You feel when someone has an authentic reaction.
Yeah, no, 100%. Truly.
Crave that.
100%.
It's like a drug.
It's a high of sorts.
It is. I mean, it unfortunately, I'm trying to detach that from my self-worth. Mm-hmm. But...
It's easy to.
Easy too. Absolutely. Like I said, if I like it...
Do you ever feel misunderstood in this industry?
Yes. All the time, and I blame myself entirely for every single time that I am. It's all about...
Why do you say that?
It's all about communication. It is all about communication. I had an enlightening moment this morning with the experience. I keep thinking about what experience I would want anytime I interact. If I interacted with someone that I was paying as much money as I charge for a session, right? And it's like, well, how would I want this person to act? Like, what would I expect of this person if I hired them? I'd want an email prior to, maybe with clothing guide, confirmation, time, location, just simple things like that, on top of even if someone doesn't love the photos, they're going to remember how you made them feel for the hour, the 2 hours that you spend with them. So it's like, I keep thinking about those things. What was the question? I'm going to tie this all together.
When do you feel most misunderstood in your field?
So I find that I feel like I communicate better than I do often. And this is a theme throughout my life, in all areas. I think that I'm communicating better than I do. And I think that more is better. Over communicate what the experience is going to be like. Describe it before you get there. To me, it's that is very important. I feel like someone having that expectation before walking in can ease anxiety, can ease so many things. And then I also feel the editing style. Because I do branding work now, a lot of the stuff that I'm sharing has a different style to it, a different feel. And I don't want to limit myself in my editing style, because so often you're gonna hear all professional photographers saying the same thing, and they all say stick to one editing style, your editing style, because then people know what they're buying into.
And exactly. They know when you see it.
And I know how powerful that is, because I find myself gravitating towards the people who have an aesthetic that is consistent. But is that realistic? Because I don't have a consistent aesthetic.
Right.
In life, in general. I like different styles. I like moody and dramatic and dark.
Take your fashion sense for an example.
1000%. I can be very funky and eclectic, and I can also be
very hippy dippy,
super hippy dippy, flower child.
You could be buttoned up.
100%. And I like to play into those things. I don't want to limit myself.
No.
So I think that I need to find a better way to communicate on the front end. Look, I'm adaptable. I think you can also clearly tell what my style is naturally enough.
There's a consistency for sure.
Totally.
But hues and different things that can be a little bit different.
Yeah, and I think that I want to find a better way to close the gap between the client, photographer, in describing those editing styles and figuring out what that person actually wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think that there is something powerful to giving someone
direction.
Yeah. And also understand, or giving them options too, right? Knowing that I can do that or that. I think that's a selling point.
Yeah.
And I do both those things well.
Yeah.
So it's why not?
I love that.
I just have to find a way to pitch it better.
So how can like consumers and clients be a little bit more friendly to small businesses and help us out, do you think? Is it their job to help us out?
That's a great question. No.
No.
I think grace is always nice.
Yeah.
I think you have to understand that you're working with one person.
Yeah.
And I would say always put yourself in that person's shoes whenever you're responding to them in any given scenario.
Yeah.
But I would say that that's true for all of your interactions in life, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I would give that same advice to anybody. I feel like it's not anyone... Unfortunately, as an entrepreneur, it is our responsibility to act as corporations do, because that's what people are used to. It's on us to communicate those things whenever they're different.
Yeah.
You know?
Truly.
Yeah, the burden does, I think, fall on us.
Yeah. It does, because we would expect that of...
Yeah, I can't... I think that I would. I think I would, and I do.
Yeah.
Professionalism, like, and I've also learned very quickly that there are plenty that don't.
Yeah.
So many that don't.
No, that do not
have
care.
Professionalism or...
No. I mean, some of the biggest corporations that we have around don't even have a call line for us to contact.
True.
You know, and to reach out and get help. So yeah, I feel like there is definitely... There's two sides to everything. To everything,
and I think just being cognizant or being aware of that at all times. I mean, we're people. You're always dealing with people. Even if it's a big corporation and you're calling, there's a person on the other line.
Yeah.
Like, that person, who knows what they went through that day, or like what other things they have on their plate or they're dealing with. You just never know.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like with entrepreneurs especially, you have to remember that not, especially creatives, I need people to know that creatives, as much as we can try to learn the business stuff and as much as I will get it and do what I have to do, it will never be my strong suit. And
I wish it was.
It's like, I think people logically know that.
I don't.
People, you don't think so? I think people...
No, I don't think people understand or realize what it is like to have your clients reach out to you at any given hour of the day. I don't think
that's
people
true
understand. Too. You know, like, if you have a corporate client, they're not calling your cell phone, right? Like,
that's
9
true.
times out of 10. So I really don't think, like, people understand what it is like to, unless you know. True. Because it is such an invasion of privacy, and it's such a different kind of feeling, and then it's such a different kind of guilt, and then it's such a different kind of imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
It's...
No, you're right, and it spirals really fast, too. It's like, you get too many texts from too many clients in one day, and it's like...
I don't answer anyone.
I
literally can't answer anyone.
Yeah, I'm not... I will often text someone back and be like, I read it at like 7 a.m. while I was in bed, processed it, thought I answered, and continued on with my day. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And it's like, yeah.
It's the truth.
But isn't that... It's like... And that's the thing, too, is why I keep trying... That's another reason I keep trying to navigate people to the email. That way it's all... Even though I hate email. I never check my email. I need to be so... I mean, that's a lie. I've been checking it much more. But, like... It's not like a text message. Right. Like, you notifications aren't shared the same. Yeah. Like, your phone doesn't push you a notification from your, like, mailbox. Yes. Like it does a text message or a DM or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think we've also never lived in a world that we've been this, like, available to everybody at all times. Like, this is just new for everyone. It is. It truly is. You know? And, like, working remote. Setting those boundaries. Yeah. Like, I think no one, and this just, like, should be true for everyone, not just entrepreneurs, but, like, no one should be expected to answer anyone right away, ever. Friend, business, nothing. Period.
Like, because I don't ever, when I send out a text, I don't ever expect a response.
Same.
Like, ever. Like, I don't expect a response from you ever. Like, if you never answer me, like, that's fine. Like,
I might have forgotten I texted you.
Like, literally, like, it's totally fine. You don't owe me a damn thing. Yeah. I will say, though, that the camera shut off, and we're just gonna check on her. It's been a while since I've recorded a 35-minute plus video, so we're just gonna see. Oh, I'm kicking the table and stuff.
We're just making noises. We're still going?
No, we weren't, but we were still going on the mic, so it does not matter. On the topic of
You're welcome. That one was close to the mic too. So.
Yeah, ASMR, baby. Get Jess a deal. Well, shoot, girl, we're
out of questions.
No, we're not. We got the last one.
Oh, okay. We're done already. Fine.
We have podcasts all the time.
Okay, sounds good.
No, I meant just like me and you. Like these kinds of conversations.
We have these conversations all the time, so who am I kidding?
But yes, okay, so the last question. What would you tell younger Jess when she first started out? Like, what would you tell Jess starting out with the graphic design company?
Oh, this is so interesting. Because I would already tell myself something back in November, but we'll entertain that. So, I would say, you're gonna love
Give
this.
me both, actually.
Yeah, we'll start with graphic design.
Yeah.
I would say, such a good question. Because I wouldn't change anything, but what I would say to myself is to freaking give myself goddamn grace.
Yeah.
That's like what I keep going back to, just because you put so much pressure all the time, like literally so all the time. Even now, it's every day. Like it's just a thing that
it's like mental.
It is. It's the whole thing is mental. It is a goddamn mental game, and I wish I would have. No one could have sat me down and told me this. Like
not
it doesn't.
Even you.
Not even me. It doesn't even matter. Even if my older self came and said, "Get ready," because this is stay where you are right now. Like keep believing in yourself like that strongly. Even when you mess up, that no matter what failure you have, you learn something from that, and then the next time you don't do it again. Right. That's just who you are.
Yeah.
So, that poor person got a bad product. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. It's
just life. Like, it has to happen. You have to mess up somewhere. And you have to... Someone, unfortunately, gets a bad something.
Unless you're a surgeon. Please.
But you know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
And even surgeons are human.
Yeah.
And statistically...
Yes, we're gonna have one or two.
But I would say to myself that I would say, you know what you're worth.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Yeah. I love that. And to let you guys in on what Jess is talking about when she keeps saying, to give yourself grace. What Jess is referring to
here's our studio voice.
My collaboration collection. So
she didn't pay me for this, by the way.
Yeah, no, I didn't, and she actually bought a sweatshirt with her own money. So that's on friends supporting friends. So I'm just gonna do the whole rundown.
Do it.
So back in February, were you signed on as a photographer before? Yeah, right? Did I know you were going to be the photographer for that event?
Yeah.
The speaking band. You told
I'm the one who told you to be
a speaker. Yeah. So the host of the event posted on her story and just sent me the story, and she was like, I need 3 speakers for this entrepreneurial, journey, panel, what have you. I think it was called, I think the event was called Make Connections. New Connections, Make Connections.
Something along
those lines. We were making connections. So, the last question was very similar to the last question I just asked you, right?
Yeah,
it was like,
yes.
What would you tell an entrepreneur that's starting out or struggling on their journey? And I said to give yourself grace and in turn to give others grace. And for me, it has no religious ties. I'm not a really religious person. I'm definitely more on the spiritual realm of life. But I have family members who are in the church who really like felt deeply about this. When I spoke about it at the panel, I didn't
even think about that.
Yeah.
That perspective.
Yeah, me neither.
You're like, me either.
But it works. It works. Whatever it means to you.
Yeah, your interpretation of give yourself grace can be whatever, which is what is so beautiful about it. And I really mean that. I really think that that's what I would say to myself.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The other day when we started crying, I know. Because it is so connected with my journey. Like, I have not been giving myself any grace. So I'm like, my goodness, I need the sweatshirt.
I know, it's so crazy. Jess and I, we FaceTime often. She's FaceTiming me on her way home. She's driving home. And she was like just telling me about how she had a connection in therapy with the Give Yourself Grace.
Yep.
On the day of the launch.
It was insane.
It was insane. And
yeah, no, I seriously gave myself grace for a really particularly extremely pivotal moment in my life. Yeah. And I happened to, for the first time since that traumatic event, I gave myself real honest grace. And I felt it, like I internalized it for the first time in years on that day. And it was the most powerful thing I felt in a long time. Like that was like...
No, I could feel it through the phone.
Yeah.
And then we also professed our love for each other. And cried. Like...
Bawled.
I definitely wasn't driving, but you were driving.
I was driving, trying to keep it together, because I was like, holy shit.
You just gotta tell your friends you love them.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? So... Yeah. So actually, I think we should end with this because I'm like, we've done all this talking and no one knows how we know each other. So let's just end with that. Yep. When did we meet?
A year ago.
1 year ago. It feels like so much longer. So much longer, dude. Like,
wow, this has only been 1 year of our lives, and we've only
not even yet. Because
it's been exactly a year.
Because we were like planning in like March,
and it happened in May, right?
It happened in June. We were like planning in March, so like I virtually knew you in March. And then
I would say we probably met for the first time around this time.
Yeah.
Because we did a photo shoot prior, I think. No, we didn't. I met you on that day.
Yeah, you met me on that day. Yeah, it was like June 11th or something.
Yeah.
June 12th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
So actually, while Jess was still in graphic design, she created an original, really dope flyer for one of my clients. For our DMarcs Design fashion show last year, and that's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hired.
Yeah.
By your team.
And when did we like hang out though?
It took us a bit.
Yeah, it took us a bit.
It took us some time. I'm trying to remember what that first thing was. It was, well, I think we connected and you realized that I also had a passion for photography, and we were like, let's do it. Or, let's shoot the bag. We did bags and blankets.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. That was the first
time. Was the giveaway.
That had to be like the first real time that we ever like spent time shooting and hanging out together.
Yeah, like multiple hours alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we weren't even alone. We had Devin.
No, we didn't. I brought the dogs up to Torrington. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of a different one.
Wait. Bags and play. Oh yeah, you're
like
right.
Even
that,
earlier.
That was first.
Like
that was first.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, with Devin and
like
and
with
Devin's
Devin
mom.
At Devin's mom. I met Devin's mom.
Yeah.
You were in the red leggings with the red braids all the way down.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the first one.
We did our collab.
And then after that, those were the photos.
After that, then we started getting together for photos all the time because we were like, well, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're here. Now we're besties for the resties. That's it, man. But I appreciate you for being here.
I appreciate you for being here.
I think you did really freaking well. Like, if I do say so myself. Like,
Ooh.
I think that went out without a, tiff.
Without a hitch. Well,
tiff hitch.
A little tiff hitch.
Oh, yeah. We had a little tiff hitch, if you will. A little tiff hitch.
Well, you got some ASMR in the process.
Yeah, some banging knees on the table. It's fine, honestly.
There we go.
But thank you for being my first sit-down podcast back.
Cheers.
If they don't accept us into Apple Podcasts, I'm blaming you.
As you should. There we go.
Where do they find you?
Where did who find me?
No, where do they find you if they want to find you? Let them know.
Hey guys. You can find me at Jessica Kelly Photography.
Is that it? Oh, you're
on
giving
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
Or that's also my website as well.
Your website.
They're the same. So Jessica Kelly Photography, and it's Jessica Kelly Photography.
Got you.
Split that up for the
Got
Instagram.
You. And where do you service? Like, where are your borders?
I am
not that you're discriminatory. But.
Definitely not discriminatory. If you want to pay for the travel, I will be there anywhere. You just let me know.
Train there.
But I would say Litchfield, Fairfield County is where I have been limiting myself to
and
recently.
Anywhere in between, you'd say?
And anywhere in between those two places. And then also like the Westchester, New York area. New York.
Okay.
New York in general.
How far is like Mass from you? Would you branch out there?
I would branch out to Mass.
Yeah,
I would. I mean, it's actually quite close. It's like 20 minutes from here.
Yeah, what's going on in Mass?
There are some cute. The Berkshires are literally right up there. They're not far. You go at the end of Route 8, and then it's like 10 minutes from there.
Yeah, I know.
It's not bad. Maybe I should check that out a little bit.
I mean, what if you what if you had like some products?
There's a bunch of events going on up here soon.
And then I had some products that I needed to shoot.
Let's just go.
And we got like a cute Airbnb, and then we hiked during the day after we shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Just charge the client for the Airbnb.
Yeah. We can charge one client and bring like 4 different
That's
products.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, like 4 different. Yeah.
Clip out.
Yeah. Cut out and post. Oh, that's me. Oh, I got it.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
I've already suggested that to clients who are like, "Do you have a studio?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
But you can totally book a studio space, so I won't be mad.
Okay, so wait. Okay, I'm gonna actually let's shut this down because I have also more
stuff.
More confidential questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you guys so much. We love you so much, and stay tuned.